I'm Joe Walters, and I'm a technical design intern at the Boeing Company. I love aviation. I mean, ever since I was a little kid. My son loves aviation. We eat it, live it, breathe it. And I just couldn't even imagine being any place else but the Boeing Company. As soon as I found out about this program, my instructor told me about it, and I was signed up for it within an hour. School gives you just a kind of gleaning on what it is that you're getting yourself into. And then when you come here, it's like a light bulb went off. Here, you're doing it every day. You're holding it in your hands. You're making it. You'll get so much more of an understanding about the things that you learned at Edmonds. It's school, but it's work. And you're working on projects that are going to make a difference in building world-class aircraft and the future of aviation. You're working on it now. You're working on it now in school and in this internship program. You get to do it, and that's the coolest thing of all. Something that you might have touched on the first quarter in school that you haven't touched on since, but then here you are back in it again, and you, oh yeah, the light bulb goes off. I remember that, and I remember doing that. And all of a sudden you're holding it back in your hand again, and you're like, I know how they make that. In the last 6 months, I built a flatbed for my truck, and I would say that, you know, the whole concept and from drawing it out is directly related to what I learned at Edmonds, because without that, I'd have probably just welded a steel bed together and thrown a piece of plywood over the top of it and called it good, you know, and been done with it. But I learned so much about materials and selecting different materials that I knew that there were better ways to do things. I'm very interested in backcountry alpine snowmobiling. I do a lot of that in my spare time, and that's probably the route that I would have gone. I would have probably worked for myself building aftermarket parts with the knowledge that I have now. It's a pretty lucrative area to get into.